Alright everybody, I wanted to give just a really quick video about where we're standing in the course. We got a little bit of a slow start to the semester. A couple of us had technology issues with D2L and different things like that, and just getting used to the layout of the course and how to find your information. So just as a reminder, you need to be going into D2L and then clicking on the Content tab. And then clicking on the module that we're on for that week 1, week 2, week 3, and so on. So you need to be doing that so that you can keep up with all your homework and all of that. But I wanted to make a little housekeeping video about what we've done so far, where we are. We're just a tiny bit behind in the curriculum. We're going to move forward. We can't slow down. So here's where we are. Week 1, what is data, what is statistics? We did that. Okay. Week 2, sampling strategies and surveys. We've talked about that. And week 3, types of studies. We did that. Validity of studies, we did that. That's a video that's uploaded now. Margin of error, we've already talked about that, but there's a little bit more about percentages that we haven't covered yet. So that's where we're behind just a tiny bit, and I want to get that before the exam. So our exam was scheduled for the end of week 4, so that would have been like Friday, February 5th, or maybe even Thursday. I'm going to give you probably a 2-day window where you can take the exam using online proctors. So, or you can take it with me. So I would have given you that for next week, for week 4, probably February 4th or 5th. And I'm just going to back that up just a tiny bit. Because this is an online course, though, it's going to be proctored exam, which means you have to be online, you have to have your webcam turned on, all of that. We mentioned that at the beginning of the semester. It's in the syllabus, so go and look. This, by the way, is the back page of your syllabus. That's where I'm getting all this. So you can look there too. You guys took a syllabus quiz, so you're supposed to know what's in the syllabus by now. Okay, so instead of it being the Thursday, Friday of week 4, I'm going to push it just a tiny bit, because I'm going to put, normally I would do review one day, like Monday, and then exam like Wednesday or something like that. But instead, I'm going to have to use part of week 4 to finish out this content. So we'll do week 4, finish out the content and review. And I'll post the review during week 4 so that you can see it. And then I'm going to push the exam 1 to week 5. Okay, so here's what it's going to look like. Week 4, which is February the 1st through the 5th, we're going to do finish out content on validity of studies and percentages. Okay, we're going to do that. And then we'll do our review day. Okay, and I sent out an email that said that I'm going to start hosting online office hours on my Monday office hours, which is Mondays 1 to 3. I actually already have the video link put together, the Zoom meeting for that, so I will send that out so that everybody can do that starting during week 4 if you would like. So you can meet up with me, and for sure it'll be Mondays 1 to 3 p.m. because those are my office hours. However, if you want a later meeting, because I know some of you can't get away 1 to 3, maybe you're in a class and you can't meet with me on Zoom if you have questions, then I can set up meeting times later on Mondays if you would like. Mondays would be the best day for me to do that. So like if you need something at 4:30 or something like that, we can do it. This is not required. You do not have to do that, but this is time for questions. If you have a homework question, or if you're just trying to get questions answered about the class, you're not sure where something is, whatever, that's the time that you can do that, is during my office hours. For sure, you can meet with me. I just feel like some of you are needing a little bit more structure, a little bit more push than being completely online. It's not necessarily working for you to get all of your assignments done on time, and so some of you might want to meet with me and ask questions and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that. Okay, week 5, February the 8th through the 12th. This is going to be your exam 1. So I'm pushing it back just a little bit. So here's what you're going to do. I'm going to give you Monday, February 8th, and Tuesday, February 9th. I'm going to give you those 2 days. You can take the test anytime you want to during the proctored session. So remember, you have that syllabus. You took a syllabus quiz. You were supposed to look. It's all online. It's all proctored. So in order to be proctored, what that means is you're going to log into a Zoom meeting, and I'll get you the link, with a proctor, and they will check your ID. So things you're going to need for this is your photo ID. Okay, these are not open book, they are not open notes, so you don't need any of that stuff. You need a photo ID, you need a webcam and stable internet. You must stay logged in the entire time you're testing. Okay, you have to check in with the proctors, you have to sit there and do your work, and then when you're finished, you have to show them the pages of work that you've done on your own clean sheets of paper. Okay, you're going to show those to the web camera so that they can see the work that you're doing, and then once you've finished, you will scan and upload your paper into D2L so that I can see the work that you have done. And if you've noticed, a lot of this first test material is written out. It's like in sentence format, so you might need a lot of space to write your answers and things like that. So those are the things you're going to need, and you have to have the photo ID. If you don't, you won't be able to be proctored. If you don't stay online the entire time that you're testing, then the proctors will make a note so that I know that, and you will not be allowed to stay. So you just have to do that. So how does this process work? How do you do that? Make sure that you're registered and all of that. I will post in D2L and send an email. Proctor registration form, which is a Google form. I will send you the link. I will send it during week 4. That way you have a week to sign up for times. In addition to the ATC, Academic Testing Center, they're the ones who are going to proctor the online tests. If you don't want to do that, I've got a couple of other options. So one is you can link up with me. I will have a proctored testing session on that Monday, February the 8th, during my office hours, 1 to 3. So you can Zoom with me if you'd rather Zoom with me instead of signing up with them, okay? But you're going to come in here for the ATC. Their hours are 10 a.m., noon, 2 p.m., and 4 p.m., okay? Those are the time slots you can choose for the Academic Testing Center, okay, on Monday and Tuesday. These are 2-hour blocks. You have to be there within the first 15 minutes of their session starting. If you're not there, if you sign up for 10 o'clock and, for instance, you haven't signed in by 10:15, they will lock the session and you will not be able to enter, and then you won't be able to take your test. Okay, so you can't show up 30 minutes late. You have to be on time. So if you sign up for Monday at 2 p.m. with the Academic Testing Center, you need to be there in the first few minutes with all of your stuff. The other thing you might need, I'm going to say, this is going to be a combination test. It'll be posted inside of D2L, so there'll be some D2L questions, but there will also be a paper and pen exam that I'm going to load in. And again, all of your academic honesty stuff applies, and you will have to sign off saying that you're not sharing any of the information from your test with anybody else. So we expect your very best behavior because you're the very best of the students and you're supposed to be honest and ethical and all that stuff. So make sure that I see that whenever this happens, because I don't want to not see that. Okay? So anyway, you'll need to, if you're going to use the paper and pen exam, you'll either need to open this up in its own window on your computer, laptop, whatever you're using, or you will need to print it. So some people might want to print. Printer optional. It's not required. Don't tell everybody I said you have to print. You don't. Okay, but it is optional. Some people like to just print the paper out and then they can work it out on their own paper and they can have it right in front of them and they don't have to keep looking at the computer screen and scrolling and this and that. So if you're one of those people, and it will be just like a regular exam on there. So it'll print out, there will be space for you to write on it, all of that stuff. So if you're one of those people that really likes to do that, then you'll want to have your printer available so that you can do that. Okay, so this is, these are a couple of your options for both Monday and Tuesday. You've got ATC 10, noon, 2, and 4, and I'll get you that link during week 4 so that you can sign up. Or, as I just said, you can do Zoom with me, and it'll be Monday, February the 8th, 1 to 3 p.m. And again, the same process happens for me. It'll still be online. You'll still need to print it if you want to print it. You'll still need your own clean sheets of paper that you can write on for scratch and stuff like that. However, you still need a photo ID. You still need the stable webcam. All of that's still the same. However, it's with me. So sometimes people might have a question about directions or something like that, and it's easier. You can ask that of the teacher. You can't ask a proctor because they don't have any idea. They can't even see your exams, so they don't know what to tell you. Okay? So there's that process. And then same thing would happen no matter which one of those you did. At the end, you'll need to scan and upload into the Exam 1 folder. Okay. And I'll get all of this into the week 4, week 5 information so that you can read it and have it available to see. But I'm just trying to make sure everybody understands, so I thought I'd do a video. The third option, we have something on campus here in Commerce, and most of you are relatively close to Commerce, so it's not that bad. If you want to do testing in person, okay. If you want to do in-person testing, then we have the Academic Testing Center in Ferguson Hall, room 308. Okay. And on Mondays and Tuesdays, their hours are 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay. I anticipate that your test will take approximately 1 hour. I'll give you a little bit more time than that because some people want to go back and check answers and stuff like that. But the actual exam should only be about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. So they close at 6 o'clock. Okay. If you come up to campus at 5:50 and tell them that you want to take my test, then they're going to tell you to go away because they're closing in 10 minutes and you don't have an hour and 15 minutes to take it. So what I'm saying is give yourself plenty of time to take your exam. If you want to take the test in person in Ferguson 308, first of all, you're going to have to tell me. I'll get to that in a second. You're going to have to tell me that you want it in person in Ferguson 308. Otherwise, there won't even be an exam there for you to take because I won't know to take it there. Okay. But then once you do it, make sure you show up by, I would say at the very, very, very latest, 4:30 in the afternoon so that you have plenty of time and you're not going to be rushed and you can do this. You can also use, I didn't mention it, a basic calculator on this exam, but it's not going to be that important. There's not a ton of math number crunching on this test. So, but if you want one, you can certainly use a calculator. That's no problem. If you come to Ferguson 308, they have calculators there. So, calculators available. They can share with you. So there is an in-person testing option if the Zoom meetings just aren't going to work for you. If you're really not liking that, then I understand it can be difficult to do that, and then you could come in person. That would work out. Okay, so how are you going to let me know which way you're going to take your test and all of that stuff? I'll give you a quiz about exam 1 and your method for taking it. This will be during week 4 again. And I will have it spelled out, all of the different options. I will have the link so that you can go register with the testing center and all that. If you tell me that you're going to test with me on Monday on Zoom from 1 to 3, then I will have your test ready for you to go Monday from 1 to 3. If you tell me that you're going to test on Tuesday with ATC online through Zoom, then you have to register for Tuesday online at 2 through Zoom, and I'm going to have to see that link that you're registered with them. I'll see the form that you filled out. And then once you've done that, I will set up your test so that it will be available in D2L for you on Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Okay, so if you tell me you want to do ATC in person on Monday or Tuesday, then I'll just send a test over there and it will be available for you when you show up in Ferguson 308. Okay, but you have to take this quiz about exam 1 during week 4, and it'll be due that Friday. What will that week for? The 5th. Okay. It will be due that Friday because it has to be due that Friday, because if you don't finish it by that Friday, then I'm not going to be able to get the test where it needs to be before Monday. Okay, we're testing on Monday now, so I need to know all the relevant information by then. So the other thing I wanted to say is that during week 4, I will upload something that looks kind of like this, sample problems for exam 1, and you will be able to see it, and it gives you a little bit of an example of the types of questions that you need to be looking at. So this has actually a bunch of stuff in here, and it's two-sided, and there's lots of stuff. All of the information that we're covering is going to be fair game, and you're going to need to be ready to go with it. Okay, so there you go. Now you know. Yay. Okay. I think that's about all I want to say about exam 1. The processes will be similar for the other exams, but I find that the first exam can be the most confusing because we're trying to get the process down. So if you have questions, email me, or you can send something in the student lounge in the discussions, and other students can answer if you're not sure. So, all right. Thank you.